going to be quite epic. Let's go and check it out. The old clothesline. I remember having one, they had about 11 serves. Imagine going for a swim, jump in there. The old tinny there, just to sort of... The waterfall's just around here. G'day folks, Mike and I are here, Everyday Part of Life, and today we're at a beautiful place, another mansion, Rippon Lea here down in Elstonwick. Incredible setting, set on about 14 acres, and as you can see, have a look at this beautiful surrounding. It's got incredible trees, it's got a lake, it's got a beautiful mansion that we're going to head to very shortly and have a little bit of a tour around. You're going to want to stick around and see that. But yeah, I can't wait to show you guys Rippon Lea here down in Elstonwick. So as we just walk along this path, the trees and the shrubbery and the layout is absolutely incredible. Look at some of these old trees. Now these old trees would have been planted probably 200 years ago, some of these. And of course they try and keep these structured exactly the same as when they were planted. So they've actually got some aerial shots here back in the old days. And that's how they know exactly where to plant the trees, what goes where, and keep it. Just have a look at the trunk on this old one here. Beautiful. So it's an absolute beautiful walk up this gorgeous pathway, and of course we're coming up to the mansion now. We're going to head in there and have a little bit of a look. I think it's going to be quite epic. Let's go and check it out. So have a look at this mansion. It looks pretty awesome, doesn't it? And of course it's got the green room right there where they'll grow all their plants. But we'll go and have a bit of a browse. Alright, so we'll head down the stairs. Might have a little bit of a peek in the vintage kitchen down here just while we wait for the tour to come up. We've got the tour coming up in about 10 minutes, but look at this little courtyard, and from up here it's pretty spectacular, isn't it? Of course, they've got the old clothesline. I remember having one sort of like this back when I was young. Of course, I'm not that old, but it's pretty cool. All right, so we've got the kitchen and laundry in here. Of course, this was the servants' sitting room. So that's where the servants, they had about 11 servants in this here, which was owned by an Australian guy back in about 1860. Alright, so we're just going to come in, have a little bit of a look at the kitchen. This would have been some of them. As you can see, there's a sink there, keep the cutlery, everything in there, and of course we'd come into the kitchen. So this is a kitchen where they probably cook and prepare it all. Of course it's got the bowls there. You'd have a table there. I'm not sure if this is the original table. Would have been wood. Since it's about 160 years old, this place. Got the old stove there. See, that one is heated up by wood. So you burn the wood, and of course that's what keeps that burning, and the top's hot. But as you can see in the kitchen, all tiles all around the walls. Of course it's got the pattern tile on the floor, but not bad. It actually keeps quite cool in here in the kitchen, since it's actually about 30 degrees outside today. It's quite pleasant. Alright, so they had a cellar as well. This is where they keep all their wines. Of course, I think they're a pretty well-off family here. That's the big wine racks. They've still got some of the old wines there and here. But that's not a bad little cellar room. Again, nice and cool, nice and cool. Yeah, so the person who actually looked after the wine cellar here was the butler. That was his sole responsibility. So, you know, if anything went wrong, it was on his head. Right, let's go and check out some more of the place. All right, so we're about to go in the mansion, but the only thing is, I can't take video, I've been told, but I can take pictures. So I'll show you some pictures. Yeah, so unfortunately guys, this was an error by the tour guide there. I found out later that I could actually take some video, but enjoyed the photos anyway. Alright, so how was the mansion in there? It looked fantastic. I tell you what, the decor was pretty awesome, wasn't it? And still like back in the old times, back in about 1868. So we're going to have a little bit of a look around the grounds. I tell you what, from what I see so far, it looks pretty special. Let's go. Alright, so this is a look at the mansion. This obviously looks like the front. Have a look at that. Doesn't that look absolutely so grand? That looks grand, royal and flush. And of course you've got other rooms over there, and of course you can have weddings here if you want, functions. Beautiful area to have a bit of a seat. As I said, the gardens are spectacular, but just magnificent. So some of the photos that we saw before, I was actually in that room and the room over there. This is a little bit of the decking up on the porch. But if you were to sit down from here, have a look at that view. That's spectacular. So it even looks grander when you're a little bit further away. And of course, can you imagine the parties, the lawn parties I would have had back in the old days? Of course, they're actually setting up for a wedding right now. So when it gets too hot and you're back in the day, you just go and jump in here, have a look at the fountain. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, so I could just imagine going for a swim, jump in there. And I love how it's got these, what is it, like corridors around the pool area. Possibly that would have been laden with flowers back in the day. I'm not sure, quite could have been. But it just looks amazing. Have a look at that. Beautiful area. They got the cleaners on there. It's a beautiful place. Even got the springboard where you can go and dive. Alright, so we're out the back of the mansion here. Look at all these gorgeous flowers, and of course you get a fantastic view. Looks like they've got the old bell tower up the top there. We couldn't sort of get out there to take any photos of that up there, but it looks pretty good, doesn't it? But yeah, we've only covered a small portion of here at Rippon Lea Estate, and so far highly recommend anyone who wants to come and visit. Alright, so we're just walking back down into this little garden section. Of course, we've got the mansion behind us. Got a function room over there where they have a bit of weddings, but those flowers, absolutely gorgeous. And if you see how it's set out, everything's in its place, pinpoint. And of course, as I said earlier when I first arrived, they actually had an aerial view of where every nook and cranny of a tree was. And yeah, if they needed to be replaced, because apparently some of these trees are getting very, very old. So they've got a plan for the future to rejuvenate some of the real old trees, and yeah, they'll use that map to show exactly where some of the old trees were actually planted. And it'll be just like the good old days. All right, let's have a little bit of a stroll around the gardens. I tell you what, it doesn't get more peaceful than this, looking around some gardens in this beautiful estate. Now they've got the pool, of course they've got the beautiful mansion, and if you like a little bit of tennis, a bit of grass tennis, they've got a grass tennis court. There we are. So that's probably how they played back in the old days, with the old grass court, the old net. Be a bit of fun, wouldn't it, eh? Alright, so as we come through the tennis court, let's head over. They've got a beautiful little lake down here. Got a few birds around. We'll go and have a bit of a sticky beak at that. But just have a look at the layout when we're going around, folks. This is like on a property. I know I said about 14 acres before, but I'm pretty sure I got told it was 23 acres, which is a pretty good size. But have a look at this. This looks pretty special, doesn't it, this place? Just so much serenity in the lake. Dragonflies having a bit of a fly around. Got the waterfall. Got the ducks over there. It's gorgeous. Alright, let's go for a little bit of a wander over the bridge. Of course, you've got that beautiful sight over the little lake here, and of course the waterfall in the background. As I said, I tell you what, I can highly recommend this place to come, even if you want to just have a bit of a look around, bring the family, just have a picnic on the grounds in here, just enjoy it all. It's something good. I keep saying it because, yeah, it's good. So you've got your little boat shed in here for the lake. Of course, that's where they would have kept the boats in here. They got the old tinny there just to sort of show, but I'd probably expect they would have had the old wood boat back in there. But that's quite cute, isn't it? Alright, so they've got a lookout up there. We're going to try and head up there, and then we'll have a bit of a look over the lake. See if we can get a good bird's eye view from right up there. Alright, level 1. Level 1, let's go up to level 2. But before I go to level 2, more up the top. Look at that, you've got a beautiful seat here. And what's more important is the view. So when you sit down, you can just sit, relax. You got the sun on you, of course. It's a bit warm up here at the moment, but the view is pretty beautiful over the lake. Alright, so Ira is up the top. She's waiting. She's got the view. Let's go up there and have a look. Wow. That is one small staircase. One steep staircase. But we made it. Alright. I think we're up to the top. Pretty high up. The view's pretty good from up here. I know. We're nearly there. One more. Let's go. Alright, made it up the top. Whew, good. Alright, let's have a bit of a browse from up here. Alright, so we can see a little bit. Of course, some of these trees here are blocking it. But still, you're up somewhere near the tops of the trees here. So even still, it's a beautiful view. So while Ira's actually taking some photos after a bit of a walk, I might just sit here, relax, enjoy a little bit of the scenery, take a 5-minute break. So while I'm just having a rest there, folks, that is the place, Rippon Lea Estate. Of course, now it's controlled by the National Trust. And of course you get this map as well, and that sort of shows you all the places. Like there's the mansion. We walk around, you see the tennis court and the pool there, sort of where we have walked. So that's pretty good, and lots of things to see here. But that's Rippon Lea. Alright, we're continuing. So that is what we've got to climb down. Holy moly. Alright, so we're just going to go and try and get a little bit better look at the waterfall. That should be pretty good. Yeah, so I know the waterfall's just around here. It's not big, but still just the sound. And any waterfall's a good waterfall, so we'll be a little bit happy with that. Alright, I think we're going to go this way. Where is it? Here we are. We come up to a little bit of a look. There it is there. So as you can see, the place is quite beautiful, and of course, if you want access here, it's all pretty flat and level. I know it's gravelly, but it's pretty hard, and of course, the access is pretty good for everyone. Of course, you come across all the nature. Got the ducks there; they're just having a little bit of a snooze, aren't they? Try and creep in on them a little bit. Quack 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 quack. You know, I'm not 100% sure how many different species of trees and plants there are here, but it's definitely abundant. There is lots. There's little ones with colour, and there's bigger ones. There's just greenery ones, the different trees. So much. Have a look at the size of this. That's actually huge. That probably doesn't come out on camera, actually how big they are. So the grounds are quite big here. All that space over there, if you want a picnic, come have a bit of a walk around where we did today. As I said, you've got the beautiful paths there, and we're going to go and have a look at one more little spot before we finish off here on the video. Of course, we can't go this way over here because there is a wedding happening here today at Rippon Lea. Tell you what though, some of these trees here are huge. Have a look at this one behind me. Have a look at it. Wow. Big, thick trunk at the base. Limbs going off everywhere. This is one of those old trees that I was talking about before. Absolutely magnificent. And they are specifically placed all around the grounds. It's pretty cool though. The grounds are beautiful. There we are. There's a view from back here of the mansion here at Rippon Lea. And of course the wedding going on up there. The happy groom and bride. Just a nice cozy place to hold the wedding. Of course they'll have the reception in here, so you can book for that type of thing in here if you want, folks. It's just a beautiful area. I'll tell you another good thing about it here, with all these beautiful trees laden so big on these hot summer's day. Great shade, keeps you cool. Keeps you very cool for the walk, because it's a fair bit of a walk. That's the exit. We're going to head back up this way. Of course, the mansion where we came in, up there, but we've got the coach house down that way, so we're going to go and check that out now. So this building here, although it looks a little bit new, maybe renovated, this would have been where they would have been with the horses. The stables would have been kept. But yeah, unfortunately that's closed at the moment, so we can't actually get in there and show you that one. But that's the coach house. So of course, one more thing they did on this property here is they had their own orchard. So, you know, like they'd have some apples there and all other stuff, but that was a good way to self-produce, keep the food in-house on the property for themselves, sell it all. So that's just another little thing they did here at Rippon Lea Estate. As you can hear the birds, there's plenty around. They actually love these apples. Some of the parts of the orchard here actually have got covers so they protect them, but at the moment, so you can see this one over here has been protected to gather some fruit, protect the tree a little bit from the birds, but some of the birds, they just go and eat the apples, so they enjoy it as well. But that's a pretty good idea, I think. Just like this one, got some beautiful apples there under the mesh. So as you can see, this is their orchard plan, what they've got. They had a few rows, A, B, C, D, E, F of the apples. So that shows you their plan. So that's the orchard, folks, just having a little bit of a look over. So they had quite a few rows. They had quite a few apple trees there in their orchard. Alright folks, well I think that just about comes to the end of the journey for us here at Rippon Lea Estate. Alright folks, well that was Rippon Lea Estate here in Elsternwick. What a fantastic place. I think I said that a few times around on the video, but the gardens are just magnificent. I tell you what, the mansion was fantastic. It was still laid out like it was back in those days, and that's the way they like to keep it in some of the rooms there. But just a beautiful place to come and have a look, come and have a wander around, have a picnic, just enjoy the time, take some photos, take a video, do whatever you like here. But you know what, we totally recommend it. If you don't forget folks, if you like, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, all that type of jazz. Tell your friends about it, let them come on over and have a watch of the video as well. We'll certainly appreciate it. But until next time, Myra,
Ciao for now.
ciao for now, and we'll see you in the next vid.